Hi, my name is Jelena. I work at Boise State in the Advising and Academic Support Center, and I'm going to take just a few minutes to talk about your LASSI scores, how to interpret them, and how to take them seriously, but not too seriously. So the first thing about interpreting your LASSI scores is I want to point out to you that these bars give you a quick view of how you compare to the thousands of other students that have taken this assessment. So you can see if you are below the 50th percentile, that might be an area you want to focus your academic skill building goals on. And here it shows you a breakdown of how to interpret that generally. And then it also shows you for each area, what does A and X mean? Well, that's your anxiety. And this person has a pretty low level of anxiety. So it shows you what your score is, what it means, and what you might need to do about it. So it has great information there. But there's some really important things to know about the LASSI when you're looking at your scores. The first thing to know is that it's very subjective. So you reported how you felt and you reported on the habits that you use, but the truth is self-reports aren't super accurate. People tend to either report that they're doing better than they actually are, or they're doing worse than they actually are, or maybe in one class they have great study habits and in another class they don't. So it's not that your LASSI score is an accurate picture of exactly who you are and exactly what your study habits are and how strong they are. I've worked with a lot of students who have taken the LASSI, and what I've come to find is that it's a better indication of how a student is feeling about their study skills and their attitude and their motivation, and not necessarily a very accurate picture of what they're doing. That being said, the purpose of having you take the LASSI is for you to have a place to start identifying where you can set some academic goals that will have the biggest impact right away. So when I work with students, the most common place that we start is right here with time management, because it's really hard to do great study habits if you're not managing your time. So that's an example of if your time management score was low, I would encourage you to start there, because any improvement you make in your time management will automatically have benefits in the other domains. So what's important about identifying where you need to make improvements is also identifying what your strengths are. So if you're sort of freaking out because maybe your scores all kind of look low like this student's, except their high anxiety score is actually an indication that they don't have much anxiety. So that's why it's important to read the interpretations. But essentially, if all of your scores here are really low and you're worrying about that, what I want to recommend that you do is that you talk to your instructor and that you talk to support people around you and ask them to help you identify what your strengths are so that you can build on those. Because what we know about building academic skills, or really any new habit, is that you have to start with what you're doing well and build on that and replace some bad habits slowly over time. So try not to stress too hard if you have more than a couple scores that are below average. Don't worry about it. Focus on one or two that you know will make the biggest impact for you, and then you'll see actually all of your scores increase over time because they're all interrelated. So they created these separate domains, these separate categories, but really they're all related. So if you have a really low attitude, your motivation is going to be impacted, and vice versa. If you're struggling with time management, then your test taking skills aren't going to be that great. If you aren't taking notes, then maybe selecting main ideas is going to be difficult for you. So they've created categories, but really they're all interrelated. And all of them are things you can improve upon. This is not who you are forever. This is how you felt that day about your study habits. And what we're hoping you can do is use this information to help you set realistic goals that will improve all of your skills, which you absolutely can do. So reach out to folks, ask questions about how you can interpret this, and focus on your strengths. You're doing things right. You're here in this class. Good job. And you can make improvements. So good luck to you.